Programming. So this is an interesting one in relationship to beliefs, because the way our mind kind of operates is that we have beliefs and programs. So you've got belief as to what you believe is possible, such as, picking up the cup like we spoke about, or picking up the coffee. But you've also got belief as like what you believe is true. So you might believe that, money is the root of all evil, or that all the good partners are taken, or, or that type of lifestyle is not for me because I'm a good person. What I mean is, beliefs come in many shapes and sizes, but now we're talking more about programming, less about the frequency of belief itself. So the reason this is an important topic is because you want to notice what your programs are. Often the belief in programs is what potentiates and circulates certain experiences in your life. So, for example, I growing up had money blocks. I don't know exactly where I got them. It seems it must have been from either the church and experiences in my family, like when my family didn't have money, or money is the root of all evil. It's harder for a rich man to go to heaven than it is to pass a camel through the eye of a needle. Filthy rich. And I think it's quite common in culture to think that money is bad, right? So I had these negative beliefs around money, and because I believed those to be true, anytime I reached any level of wealth or success, I straight away kind of lost it all. I'd make some money and be gone, make it gone. So I'd never really step into a real prosperity or abundance. But as soon as I started to catch and notice those beliefs, I was able to dissolve them and instill better beliefs. Like the nature of life is abundance and prosperity. We have 13 trillion cells in our body. There's a complete abundance of oxygen, a complete abundance of humans, there's so much abundance in life, of leaves, of sand, of water. And being able to reprogram myself to not have these faulty programs, it helped me to move into a better financial life, as an example. And even the belief before of, that only my master is the only person who's ever going to achieve the high levels of internal power, which of course was another faulty belief, because he saw Ip Man was doing it, right? So he'd obviously seen it in someone else and picked it up there. And you are all more than highly capable of doing it. You all already have it. It's a matter of stepping into the belief of it and having the correct programs, so to speak, or the programs that facilitate the potential of whatever it is you're looking to develop. So when we look at programs, right, what is a program? A program, in the context of what we're talking about, is a belief structure within you that leads to a certain perception of life, which leads to a certain emotion, which leads to certain actions. So, you might believe that all the good partners are taken. So, they're either gay or taken. There's that kind of old saying. And in doing so, perhaps you don't notice the right partner when they come along because you have a belief that they're all taken. Or maybe you only look at partners that potential partners that already have a partner because they're taken. So programs really lead to the way we experience things. And a simple example is, when you've wanted to buy a car, and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere, because now it's kind of in your filter and you start to notice it. So the same thing happens with your beliefs. If you have some form of program in your mind, you're going to find the reason that that's true. You're going to find experiences and ideas and emotions that back up that program. So why is this important? Because we all have programs. And the problem is that we don't know that we are the ultimate programmer. Yes, media, yes, marketing, yes, the church and schools all program us to a degree. That's why they call television shows programming, right? And that's why marketing industry spends a lot of money. I think it was like something crazy like billions or $8 billion, or don't quote me exactly, you can look it up, that Coca-Cola spends a year on marketing because it programs us to associate certain things with drinking Coke so that it makes us want to drink Coke. So programming is a real thing. Now, the thing is that we are programming ourselves moment to moment, day by day, with the thoughts that we think to ourselves. So the things that you're saying over to yourself, you're programming yourself to believe it. whether or not you say it in jest. So sometimes, for example, I've got this training partner out at Sydney West where I train jiu-jitsu, and he always says, "Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm just a fat idiot." And he always talks like he says it in jest, but I really don't think it's healthy because, he ends up doing silly things, and, and he's fat too because he keeps saying, "I'm a fat idiot." I mean, so, whether you like it or not, you program yourself. Another, I don't know if this is true that he said it, but it's reference to Bruce Lee. He said, "Be careful of your words because they have a magic in them. That's why it's called spelling." It's like you're casting a spell on yourself with the words, which are the foundations of a program, so to speak. So, think of yourself like an iPhone with apps, and those apps are programs. What you want to do is delete the apps that don't serve you and download apps that do. So, what we can do for this lesson, if you would like to take this further, is you can make an experiment. Whether it's with your physical life, your financial life, your spiritual life, your relationships, romantic or friendships, pick an area of your life, right? And start to notice, okay, what are the actual programs I have around that area of my life? You can actually sit down with a pen and paper and write down, romantic relationships, for example, and then write down all the beliefs you have around that, right? Get it all out of your head. Just write all the programs out and just look at clearly what those programs, those beliefs are for you. And then get another piece of paper and write down all the programs you would like to have. What would you like to have as the programs as that area? You don't have to choose romantic relationships. You can choose any area, it's up to you. And write down the programs that you'd like to have. Now, what you want to do from there is start to be aware of when the negative ones come up, because there'll be positive ones there too, and start to rewire in some supportive ones of your future. Because remember, as Kung Fu practitioners, we aim for our potential, we aim for our intention, our spiritual intention and our potential, our frequency forwards. So we're always thinking in terms of our potential and our intention and our frequency that aligns us with that so we can grow into that. We're not thinking of our body backwards, the experiences that our body has had in the past, which aren't necessarily supportive of your future growth. The plant just continues to grow upwards. It doesn't shrink into itself. So you can then write out, 1 to 2 to 10 different programs that will be supportive of your potential in that area. And if you really want to be serious about this, you can read it out to yourself aloud 100 times, whatever that might be. I'm peaceful, powerful, and I live into my potential. I don't know. It's up to you. And read it out aloud 100 times to start to bury it and dig it straight into your subconscious mind so that you can start to use repetition and the power of habit, or habit of thinking and feeling, to get you in alignment with your potential through using programming itself. So you become the programmer. You can even think of that as like auto-suggestion or mantra. So I came across this as well from Think and Grow Rich, as there's a chapter called auto-suggestion, where he asks you to write down what you want to achieve, when you'd like to achieve it by, what you'll do in return for it, and read it to yourself every morning and every night until the goal's achieved, in the book Think and Grow Rich. So he even gives you a framework for programming yourself. That's a book really about personal life success, but there's definitely a depth of spirituality to that book as well. So check that one out if you're interested. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So, programming. We all have programs. What we want to do is be conscious of them. And in being conscious of them, what you'll notice is that your feeling quality will reflect the program itself. Now, programs are a bit harder than just a fleeting thought. So you might see something that makes you feel uneasy because of, I don't know, maybe someone breaks their arm and you go, oh, that's gross. And if you keep thinking about it, you feel uneasy, you don't feel good. So maybe you think about a puppy instead. Then you obviously shift your internal frequency or emotion. However, a program might be a bit deeper rooted. So it becomes more, need to put a bit more effort into being conscious of, okay, what are these thoughts? Yeah. And as you see and feel these thoughts, shift your attention to a new thought, feeling, so you get to a new thought, emotion, so you start to program, and the more constantly you do that, the more you set a new program. The more you delete the app that doesn't serve you and you download the app that does. So this can be done day to day, moment to moment, by observing the feeling quality and shifting your attention. But also you can do that more kind of in-depth work by writing down all the programs you have in an area, writing down the ones you want, and then reading out aloud the ones that you want 100 times. That's for those of you that really want to dive into this. Just being conscious of the fact that we are programmable, yeah? That, you know, marketing companies want to program us to think in a certain way. Media and the church and school and even people you know just want you to think in lines with the way they think, because that's a form of programming, right? Now that you know that that's a thing, you want to take control of the reins and be the one who programs yourself. So I hope this lesson helped, and once again, if you do have any questions, put them in the community, and I look forward to speaking with you and seeing you in our next video.